Hello friends, again welcome to sportsnasha fan section. And now Pratik, we will be discussing West Indies India series. On one side we have Ashes where minute to minute fortunes are changing, and here it is completely one-sided as of now. So let's focus on the players now. And who else to talk about? Bumrah, yesterday's hat-trick. Come on, say about Bumrah.
I don't know what to say about him. His deeds and say it for himself. He has been a marvel, for the almost now for the last couple of years since he has made his Test debut in South Africa. He didn't have a great domestic record, but just because of his success in the limited overs format, he was fast tracked into the longer version of the game, and he has been an instant success. Starting off with the Test series in South Africa, where he played a pivotal role, in India winning the Test match in Johannesburg. Then he also played quite a crucial role in India winning the Test match in Nottingham, and he took a 6-4 in Melbourne. So his rise has been quite meteoric, in Test cricket, and to watch him now over the last 2 weeks, it's been phenomenal. He has also added a new dimension to his game, where he's swinging the ball late. In the last match, where the direction of the breeze was from right to the left, he was bringing the ball in. And now, in this Test match, when the direction of the wind, has assisted in him bowling in swingers, so he has been able to execute that as well. So his grasping capability is commendable, I would say, and the credit also has to go to his bowling coach. And Bharat Arun also mentioned that they focus more on the execution part rather than the outcome. And if the execution is right on the money, then the wickets will fall. So, and that's what Bumrah has been following.
I think we have evolved as a fast bowling nation now. This is all started by Kapil Dev long back, followed by Srinath, and then Venkatesh Prasad, Zaheer Khan, and so many fast bowlers. And learning from all their injuries and their performance and their experience, what they share in the dressing room, I think we have evolved now. And I think we have a team which can win Test matches abroad only on our fast bowling capabilities. And Bumrah is the leader now, right?
The credit should also go to the captain as well. Virat Kohli has received a lot of flack for his captaincy, but he's the one who has always backed the fast bowlers to win Test matches for him. He's the one who has always been supportive of them. And if you look at the rise of the various fast bowlers under his regime, the rise of Mohammad Shami, Ishant Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, these are just a few names. Also, there are other fast bowlers waiting in the wings as well.
Umesh
Yadav, Navdeep Saini, who also bowls 140 clicks. So the role of the captain also is very important, because he's the one who backs them. Dhoni was the one who used to always support the spinners. He used to rebel under spinners because he thought that he could control them well. But Virat is quite opposite. Wherever he gets an opportunity, he backs them, and if the pitch is conducive for them, he's the one who would go in with 4 fast bowlers rather than 3 fast bowlers and 1 spinner. So that mindset also changes from captain to captain.
Even if you see our batting, we had lost 2 wickets, and the match would have gone either way if the wickets fell at a regular interval. But the innings played by Mayank Agarwal and Kohli, that partnership, even Kohli innings was something for youngsters to learn. That it's not that every day you go out and bang bang. You have to adapt to the situation, as rightly told by Sir Vivian Richards. And definitely he saw to it that there is no collapse in the middle order. And again, another point, Mayank Agarwal's 3rd half century abroad, and Hanuma Vihari. These are the 2 players, Pratik, Mayank Agarwal and Hanuma Vihari, are successful abroad. And we have a tendency to ignore such people. India has a history of ignoring such players. We had formerly Arun Lal, Anshuman Gaikwad, he used to play very well abroad, and many others, even Rahane for that instance, plays very well abroad. But these people get a rough deal when the going is easy in India. When a side visits India on our pitches, with spin-friendly pitches and flat wickets, there everybody scores 100 and the batsman number 6 rarely gets an opportunity to bat. And in such cases, always the captain and the team management look for options. And this is where I think we must support these youngsters like Hanuma Vihari and Mayank Agarwal.
Just to wrap things up on Bumrah, even the great Sir Vivian Richards, he waxed lyrical about him, saying that he would rather prefer to face Dennis Lilly than Jasprit Bumrah. Because Jasprit Bumrah's action is also quite unorthodox, so you never know what to expect. It can get, as a batsman, it can get quite awkward as well. So I mean, hats off to Bumrah to get such an appreciation from a former great. And he's also dishing out some fiery fast bowling as we used to be on the receiving end in the late 1975, in the late 1980s. And I remember, in one test match, Bishan Singh Bedi, he had to declare in order to save the tailenders, from the terror of the West Indies fast bowlers.
Right.
So I mean, the times have certainly changed, and now we are the West Indies now are getting the same medicine.
Receiving end.
they're getting the taste of their own medicine.
Right.
Talking about the youngsters like Mayank Agarwal, Hanuma Vihari, in India you always get judged by statistics, your average, your strike rate.
Yeah.
And so just to pick on that, this is a curious case of Ajinkya Rahane. His average, has been hovering at around 30-35 in the last couple of years. But if you look at it at a granular level, then if you look at his innings, if you analyze it, then he has scored runs in crucial crunch situations. You can take the test match at Johannesburg, where he scored that gritty 48 on a minefield of a pitch that ultimately helped us win that test match. And even in England, in the third test at Nottingham, if I'm correct, at Nottingham, he forged that partnership with Virat Kohli, where we were in a spot of bother at 70 for 3. Then again at Southampton, where we were chasing 180. Yes, we lost that test match, but again he scored that crucial half century, and where again he stitched a partnership with Virat. And now again against the West Indies, in the first test match, when the going got tough, he stuck in there, he showed great resolve, and he got an 80 and a century in the second innings. So if you analyze it, if you do a deep dive analysis, then probably Rahane has been a player, who has scored runs, who has scored tough runs, and in crunch situations. Even in Australia, I remember he scored a half century at Perth, which was again a minefield of a wicket, and where apart from Virat Kohli, nobody looked comfortable on that wicket. So he has been a very important cog in the Indian field, and he has been a pillar, as Virat rightly mentioned, he has been a pillar of that middle order. Now coming to Mayank Agarwal and Hanuma Vihari. And Hanuma Vihari, in the last 3 innings, in the first innings he came in at 96 for 4, where India were looking to wither the tough situation and post a respectable score. So over there he again scored a valuable 30-40. Second innings, India were looking to consolidate and set a target to the West Indies. So over there also he got 90 off 132 balls. So he has played according to the situations. So it's been like a horses for courses innings for him. So and at such a young stage, it's good that he's showing the flexibility and adaptability.
Pratik, same thing happened with Praveen Amre. He scored a century on a bouncy wicket in South Africa on his debut test match. And even had scored a half century in the first one day when South Africa started the international cricket again. In the first one day match at Eden Gardens, India were in trouble against Alan Donald's fast bowling. and he had scored a vital half century for India to win that match. But again, when weaker teams were in India, England and Zimbabwe, that time he was batting at number 6, and always he used to get his chance at 500 for 4. And that time he just has to go bang bang, and if he's out, then the average is down. He was dropped from the next test match. This is rough treatment. Even we didn't spare Pujara for that matter. Pujara was criticized for his run rate. But if you see yesterday's match, if you look at the number of balls and runs scored by Kohli and Jadeja and many others, you will understand that sometimes in Test cricket, it is not easy to go there and just hit out. You have to understand the situation, the pitch and everything. But these are the things which I think the time for all cricket lovers, the spectators and all concerned people should take a note that this is an area where we need to support such players, right?
Now it's happening in Indian cricket. In the last couple of years, there has been a lot of chopping and changing. But I feel now, I guess Virat Kohli understood that Pujara, Rahane. I mean, these are two grand pillars of Indian cricket, and who are quite competent as batsmen. So I mean, they need to give them a long rope, and they need to stick with that. And it has paid its dividends for Kohli as well. Pujara was the man of the series in Australia. Now Rahane has been scoring crucial knocks, under pressure situations. So it's been slowly bearing fruit for him as well. So, and also if you look at it, Rohit Sharma was in prolific one-day form. He's finding it difficult to find a spot in the team. So I mean, now Kohli has realized that you cannot consider a one-day form for test position. So that's something, it's a late realization, but now I guess he's taking that into cognizance.
Even that support what you mentioned for Rahane and Pujara, the same support is expected for Mayank Agarwal and Hanuma Vihari, because they are also scoring well, and like Ganguly supported Yuvraj and Sehwag, these two players also need support from the captain and the team management.
I beg to differ on that. Hats off to Hanuma Vihari for scoring those crucial knocks, in tough situations. But against this West Indies side, I mean, with all due respect, it's comparatively weaker as compared to the ones of.
But bowling was not that.
But India should have gone with 5 bowlers, and especially 2 spinners and 3 fast bowlers with the kind of experience and. With the kind of record that R. Ashwin has, I mean, it was a bit. He got a rough deal for me, to make him set out against the West Indies. Ashwin must be banging his head against the wall, because there are 5 wickets for the taking, and also he has a fabulous record against them. He has scored 4 centuries against them. So, and if you're talking about rough treatment, then probably he should have been the first one to have that position at number.
But 6. Having performed well against England, Hanuma Vihari, on debut half century in the English conditions when everybody was struggling.
I understand, but see, if you look at it, he could have got out first ball. The ball hit his pad and England didn't reviews, and he was plumb LBW. So yeah, hats off to him, for weathering the storm, for weathering the tough conditions. He has also opened the innings in Australia. Over there also he faced 72 balls. He protected the middle order and he faced the new ball. So considering that, yes, now that he has scored 3 half centuries, obviously it will be difficult to drop him. But in the first place, given the circumstances, given the situation, Ashwin deserved that spot at number 6.
But why do we require 5 bowlers when their batting side is so weak? 4 bowlers are sufficient. Even all 4 are not getting opportunity to bowl.
It's just because of the Bumrah effect, But if you look at it, the pitches in Antigua and also this wicket has been a bit spicy. But the wicket in Antigua, I mean, it was quite flat. It's just that it's just the skill and the versatility of Bumrah that.
And even Ishan got 5 wickets.
Yeah, and Ishan got 5 wickets as well.
Yesterday, Pratik, Ishan scored a half century, and Sunil Gavaskar was praising him with the approach, the application that he showed, and the quality of shots also. So, did you see his batting yesterday?
No, I couldn't see his batting, but
he scored a half century.
what I have heard is they have been working on the lower batting, on the lower order batting. Because that has cost India lately, especially in England and also in South Africa, where in England I remember one situation where in at Trent Bridge where India required 50-60 runs and there were 7, 8, 9, 10 batting, but then we couldn't get those runs. And also there was one more situation in Southampton as well, where we required 50-55 runs and there were 4 wickets still in back, but still we couldn't chase those runs. So I think just to ensure that these things don't repeat, I think the management is working on the lower order batting, which is a good thing. And Ishant Sharma, is not a bunny with the bat. And he's someone who has always shown good technique. And if you look at his partnership with Lakshman, where we won the match against Australia by 1 wicket, he showed great temperament. He scored those crucial 30 runs, and forged a partnership of 80 or 90 runs with Lakshman, that ultimately helped us win the test and also helped us win the series against Australia.
Yeah. So will that put pressure on Shami and Bumrah to perform with bat?
I don't think Shami has caliber with the bat, the way he throws his bat around. So you need another basic technique
always,
in order to stick around.
Watching other players, generally it happens that the other player also raises his bar and goes to score well.
If someone manages to help him or make him stick around, then he should receive Bharat Ratna, especially for Shami. I don't think he has caliber with the bat.
Okay. So let's hope there is some interest in the remainder of this match, and West Indies will give a fight back, and so that we watch something interesting, right?
Obviously, they need to show some fight. Especially the cricket in West Indies is dying, so the fans, they would expect the West Indies to reignite that old spirit and show some fight and take this match deep. You never know in Test cricket, if West Indies manage to score 400, 500 and set a target of it. I'm assuming now that India will pick those 3 wickets quickly and give a follow-on. But if West Indies, it's quite impossible, or rather improbable. But still, if they can get a score of around 400, 450, 500, you never know, because they can take inspiration from Ben Stokes. That is someone, especially the experienced people like Darren Bravo, they need to take the foot by the throat and say that I'm the one who's going to take responsibility. Yes. I'm the one who's going to score a century. They have the caliber, they have the talent to do that. It's just that they need to show some resolve and to show some grit. And if they can do that, probably then we can have a match on our hands.
Thank you, Pratik, for your analysis.
Yes.
And let's meet after this series for yet another review. Thank you.